What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to talk about my 2007 Ford F-150. That's her right there. She's 2007, and I bought this truck used back in oh geez, I've had this truck for a while now, a few years ago. I bought it back in 2017, and that's my wife's Jeep. She drives a 2015 Jeep Wrangler Sport. I'll get to that in a second. She brought that brand new back in 2015, and this is my truck. It's a F-150 XLT Triton, and it's got quite a bit of miles on it. So I bought it used, like I said. Engine runs perfectly. I lost the skid plate there, not the skid plate, so the stepping bar there. Tires are all right. I'm gonna get them changed here in a little bit, but yeah, guys, I better be honest with you. I bought this truck back in oh, I lost it. Yeah, little creaking noises. Truck's a bit of a mess. So it's a pretty basic truck. Like I said, I bought it back in 2017. As you can see there, it's got 374,000 miles on it. 374,615. But guys, it starts up great. I'll start it up here. Like I said, guys, I've had really minimal issues with it. It changed the infotainment system. I did that myself, you know, just to give something a little bit more user friendly. Has USB, Bluetooth. It shifts fine. The only thing I would say is yeah, just the e-brake works, but yeah, just the switch on it. Like if I put the e-brake on, right? See, like right now it's off. Let's see, focus there. Yeah, so like see right now the e-brake, it's off, and I can drive it, but it just shows like it's on. So I already looked it up online. That's an issue with the switch. I'm not gonna worry about that. As long as it mechanically works, then really I'm fine. But yeah, like I said, guys, this truck, it starts off great. Let me rev it up for you. Yeah, I don't wanna annoy the neighbors here, but yeah, guys, I mean, power windows works fine. It's got power mirrors as well. Like I said, guys, 07 F-150 pickup truck. Now a lot of guys, I know they say that F-150 trucks, you know, they're cheap and they always break down, but honestly, guys, in my opinion, this has been a really great truck. I bought it, like I said, a few years ago. One thing I didn't really check, and that's because of my, you know, lack of experience on buying used vehicles. I didn't check for rust all that much. I checked a little bit, but I wasn't as thorough as I should have. So I mean, I'll do a quick look around here in a second so you can see what the rust damage, but it's mostly cosmetic. There's really nothing wrong with the frame or subframe or any of the major parts like that. I've had to spend some money with some repairs, mostly just the ball joints, the linkage, tied rods, things like that. One control arm I had to change on the driver's side, and same with the hub bearing assembly. But really, other than that, like, that's it. And so now after a year of driving it, I had to replace those parts. And then also the leaf springs, I changed those as well. So, but all in all, like, so I spent, I'd say I bought it for like $8,000, and I did most of the work myself. So I spent about a good, you know, grand, maybe a little bit more, you know, on parts and labor when I couldn't do something myself. So, I mean, some could argue that, well, look at all this headache and work you had to put into it, but that was close to the beginning. You know, 2 years later, not a single issue. The only thing I had to change recently was just this last year was the starter, the alternator, and the battery. So that was a bit of a headache, but that was last year. So I mean, if you're thinking about costs, yeah, those are some pretty big expenses. But at the same time, I'm not making any monthly payments like I would on a brand new car. Like my wife's Jeep over there, like she has her monthly payments, even though it's a 2015, she's still paying it off. The insurance is high because it's full coverage. My insurance is a little bit cheaper. So I mean, at the end of the day, long term, I think I'm still spending less, and the transmission is still great. It shifts great into different gears. The fluids on it are still great, and same with the engine. Like I said, it starts up fine. It's not having any idle issues. So yeah, like I just want to know your guys' opinion. Like I said, right now, it's still running, and again, like I said, no idle issues. It does have high mileage though, so I don't know. This year it's 2021. It's January right now, and have had some thoughts about getting rid of it. But I mean, guys, just look at it. I mean, it revs up fine. Literally no issues with the engine whatsoever. So I'm thinking about just keeping it long term and just see how long it'll last. So yeah, but I don't know. Some people are telling me that I need to get rid of it. So you guys tell me what you think. And yeah, hold on. Let's turn this off. And let's go check out my wife's Jeep. Yeah, power locks. Let's lock that. Let's see, it's good. Let's get focused here. Okay. So like I said, guys, the damage here, yeah, some rust there. That's how I lost this. The stepping plate is, yeah, those are the studs right there. It just slipped right off because it was kind of rusty. And then I got some rust around here on the wheel well, and a little bit in the gas cap right there. It's a 6-foot long bed, so it's actually a pretty nice bed. I got a cover for it. So I mean, I don't know, it's a pretty decent truck. Okay, gotta back up the seat because my wife has shorter legs. So guys, it's a 2015 Jeep Wrangler. Now, I personally do not like the interior. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so I replaced this. You know, gave it a little, I get a nice feminine look. You know, so with Jeep Wranglers, like I know they're fun. They are fun cars to drive. I mean, especially if you take them off road. But I just look at this. Like I'm 5'10", and like I feel like super cramped. Like I don't have nearly as much legroom as I do in my truck. It's a 2-seater. Now, for those that are wondering if you can have kids in a 2-door Jeep, it is possible. As you can see there, we have the two car seats there for our kids. We have a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old. Yeah, let's start this guy up. Now, this one thing I will hand it to Jeep is that they have, you know, a bad reputation of breaking down and not being reliable. But guys, so this is a 2015. Granted, the mileage for being a car that's over 5 years old, I think it's a little bit on the low end, 73,000. I've driven some cars that are a little bit more higher, but there's only one issue I've had with this car, or my wife has, and that was just the radiator. Once we got that replaced, nothing wrong with it. Original starter, original alternator, and even the original battery. So I've got to hand it to Jeep, is that I think they've built a solid car. You know, and some may argue with me, but I know all the Jeep fans would agree with me that the Jeeps are a lot better nowadays. I know a lot of people are skeptical because Fiat is the one that bought them out way back when, a little while ago. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking of buying one of myself, but I thought, you know what, I'm not comfortable, and I want to get something, you know, nice, like maybe a Sahara or more like a Rubicon, because I do want to take it off road. But this is a sport. It is pretty handy, you know. I mean, it's got the nice firm lever for the transfer case. It's got you can take off the ABS, and it's got the control descent. Their control descent system is actually pretty good. I have tried it out. I want to do more videos about that, but it's January, so I'm not doing much off-roading right now. But yeah, guys, I mean, tell me what you think in the comments below. Should I buy a new car, or should I just stick with the Ford and see how long it'll last? I want to see if it'll last more than 400,000 kilometers. Now, we are in Canada, so that is in kilometers. That's about like 200 and maybe 50 something or whatever miles. So it definitely has a lot of distance on that engine. So all in all, guys, like, I mean, I'm happy with my truck. I do spend quite a bit on it with gas, not as much as you would expect. So for this truck I have, it's a 4.6 V8, and the consumption on the gas is not as bad as you think. So a lot of people think that, you know, with the Ford trucks, that, you know, maybe they shouldn't have switched to the EcoBoost. I actually kind of agree. The EcoBoost engines are pretty cool. They're pretty nice. But I know they've had some issues in the past. I know now they're getting better with them. So maybe now I might consider buying one. But I don't know, dude. The 4.6 V8 as well as the Coyote, they're solid built engines. They don't break down as much, and they don't give you as many headaches. And yeah, like I said, guys, this truck has been really good with me, and I have been trying to maintain it really well in order to keep it going. So yeah, what do you think? Should I just keep it and see how long it'll last, or should I just get rid of it, and so I won't have any more headaches? But let me know what you think. And tell me what you think about Jeeps, because I tell you guys, people are thinking that Jeeps are not reliable, that they're crappy cars. I thought the same thing too. I told my wife that she was making a big mistake buying this Jeep, but it was, in her mind, it was her dream car. She always wanted a two-door Jeep. You know, she bought it before we had kids. So, and even when we started having kids, she said she was adamant that she wasn't going to trade it in for a bigger vehicle, and she was going to make it work. And I'm telling you guys, she makes it work. So you know, kudos to her for that, because I'd be going nuts having two kids and limited space with like this two-door Jeep. Like look at that, guy. You don't have that much space back there. So anyways, let me know what you think.